What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for episode 2 of Turkey Hunting 101. So you got your place to hunt and you got your weapon system, probably a shotgun. The next most important thing is camouflage and camouflage selection. There's a million different camouflages out there. They all serve their purpose. I don't particularly have a favorite one, but I do have some that I use a lot more than others. So around me I've got just a buku of different camos that I'm going to show you. A couple things you need to think about when selecting your camo. Number one, especially down here in the south, is what time of year is it. Some of our seasons, like Mississippi for example, starts March 15th, I think, most years. Really nothing's going to be greened up yet. It's going to be wide open terrain. You need to think about if you're hunting in a place that's been burnt freshly, and you'll see why I'm saying that here in a second. If you're up in western Nebraska or in the plains somewhere where you've got more just brown, tan, grassy areas, you think about that too. It's all going to help make your decision as far as what kind of camo you're going to use. So I'm going to show you just the camouflages that I've got, starting with a shirt. This is just a game winner shirt. I'm not really sure what camo pattern. It's mossy oak. It's mossy oak camo pattern. I'm not sure exactly which one. That's usually never even showing. Turkeys have incredibly good eyesight. Better than a lot of people think. They can pick things out, and they're also extremely good at knowing where you're coming from. If you're calling at a turkey, he's going to come in, he's going to be looking right at that tree a lot of the times because he knows exactly where you're at. So camouflage is extremely important, extremely important. This is probably my favorite thing to wear in the turkey woods. It's lightweight, but it's also, if it's a little chilly, it's kind of warm. Moisture wicking. It's mossy oak bottomland. This is one of my favorite. I know I said I didn't have a favorite. I have a few favorites. This is one of my favorite camouflage patterns of all time. Kind of the OG bottomland. It's really good for down here in the south. You can use it in a lot of different scenarios. And then you always want to pack, a warmer jacket, or just keep an eye on the weather, what it's going to be like. This is Natural Gear's camouflage. It's okay. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but a lot of people like it. But like I said, it's personal preference, but you got to think about what kind of scenario you're going to be in. And also, I didn't bring one in here, but make sure you have a rain jacket with you, especially down here in the south. The spring's really unpredictable when it comes to weather. And then pants, same thing here. These are mossy oak bottomland pants. I don't know what brand they are. They're Magellans. They came from Academy. Just some cheap pants. They usually never match. This is kind of what I was talking about when I was talking about if you're in a burn area. These pants are really light colored. They're game winners. They're from Academy as well. They're a Realtree camouflage pattern. Realtree Extra. If I'm hunting in a burn, I won't be wearing these. Usually if I'm hunting in a burn, I'm wearing the bottomland because it's a darker type of thing. These stick out like a sore thumb in my opinion if you're in a burn. These are also just really light in general. These are more of a whitetail, late in the year type of camo in my opinion, but I do wear them some, especially early in the season if it's not very green. This year it's going to be really green, so I'm going to be wearing a lot darker camo. The reason for that, with it being as green as it is, the sun didn't get through as much. So the darker camo makes more sense. There's more shadows. It blends in a lot better. And then these are some Sitka camouflage pattern. This is actually the cover. I think it's a new pattern. It's got a lot of greens in it, if you can't tell. I think it's going to be really good for turkey season. I'll probably be wearing these a lot, just because of the green. I like the green, and yeah, just like those a lot. The next thing you'll want after a shirt and a pair of pants is a good camo hat. This is the one I like to use. I don't even know the brand on it. I bought it at a store. We were at the beach one year in Alabama, so it's got the logo, or Mississippi. So it's got the state of Mississippi on it. But anyway, it's a nice camo. I like this. It's not sure if this is the Realtree or the mossy oak, but it's the green leaf camo. Real big fan of that for turkey hunting. That's one of my favorite camo patterns as well. Something else you need is a pair of gloves. So your white hands and fingers aren't shining everywhere. I usually only run one glove, and this is like a game winner glove. I don't know, it's real cheap as well, something from Academy. But I usually only run one glove just because I like to have my trigger finger free, and I'll just try to keep it hidden if there's turkeys around or something. But like I said, they've got really good eyes. They can pick just about anything out. But this year I may try these out. These were given to me. It's a pair of Sitka gloves. They're actually made for whitetail hunting. They're a little bit of a lighter camouflage color, but both sets of gloves are going to have free fingers. So I'm a lefty, so I like to give my left trigger finger free. I don't like having a glove and trying to shoot a shotgun. After that, you're going to want a pair of shoes. I like Merrell's. They're waterproof. These ones are a little worn out, so they're not as waterproof anymore, but they do a good job. They're nice to hike in, they're comfortable. But I have been wearing rubber boots a lot more often just because of the possibility of encountering a creek that you need to cross or something like that. But either one of those options really works. Just some kind of boot or shoe that you're comfortable with and is durable enough to walk a few miles, because when you get to chasing these birds, you're going to end up having days where you walk a few miles. And then also another thing is some sort of face mask, a camouflage face mask, whether it be one of these cotton type face masks or like a mosquito net type mask. It's just something to conceal that shining white face that's going to be standing out like a sore thumb, because turkeys can see very well. Can't stress that enough. A lot of people take that for granted. Another thing, if you're like me and you like to try to film your hunts, I bring a camo drape, and this can actually work well to cover your legs, even if you're not filming a hunt. Cover your legs. If you're sitting with a buddy, you guys can use it kind of like you'd be using a blanket or something, and it just breaks up that outline, makes it look like, maybe some leaves or something. But I like to put it over my camera and just kind of break that outline up. But yeah, like I said, it's just like the shotgun and the shells. There's millions and millions and millions of different ways that you can pattern your camo. You can wear Walmart camo, you can wear Sitka camo. Heck, turkeys have been killed in everything from denim overalls to $500 pair of camo pants. So you don't have to have the most expensive stuff or the newest and coolest stuff to kill turkeys. But I do think camo is extremely important if you want to be successful multiple times, and make sure it matches your terrain and just the conditions of your hunt. Thanks for watching this video. Next episode we're going to go over turkey calls and locator calls. I'll see you in the next one.